Welcome back to my channel, Checkmate. Please subscribe to my channel. Let's continue the lesson.
The king's special features check. The king is the only piece that has no right to move to a square attacked by an enemy piece or pawn. It cannot be placed under attack. Here white, having the move, can play. Or
King takes b1.
but 1. King takes b2 is impossible since the king would come under attack from black's bishop on c3. Neither is 1. King takes c3 possible since the c3 square is under the control of black's knight on b1. The b3, d3, d2 and d1 square are taboo for the king, all of them being under black's control.
Bishop takes b2.
Another special feature of the king is that in the case of an attack it has to be defended immediately. An attack against the king is called check, designated in notation by a plus sign plus. In this diagram white has just played 1. Knight e5 check, attacking simultaneously black's king and rook. According to the rules of the game the king cannot be left under attack or, in chess terminology, under check. No matter how highly black values his rook, he is compelled to leave it to its fate, because the king's safety comes first. After
King f6.
black takes the king away from attack white plays.
Knight takes d7. Check.
And soon wins. There are 3 methods of defense against check, and all are possible in the situation in this diagram. To capture the piece declaring check. To move away from check, i.e., to shift the king to a square not attacked by the opponent, for instance.
King g8.
To cover oneself from check, i.e., to place one's own piece or a pawn between the king and the piece declaring check.
Rook e7.
However, it is impossible to cover the king from a check declared by a knight.
Queen takes d7.
In this diagram black's knight has declared check. White has only 2 methods of defense, to move the king to another square, for instance. Or to capture the knight.
Bishop takes c5.
Since the king cannot be placed on a square under attack or left under check.
King a2.
b2, c2, c3, c4, b4. The king is the only piece that cannot be captured. In the course of a game all the pieces and pawns can be taken but the kings remain on the board to the very end of the game. Finally, as distinguished from all the other pieces and pawns, a king cannot check the opposing king. Indeed, it cannot attack the opposing king because it could do this only from a square adjoining the former. That square is under attack by the opposing king and is forbidden by the rules. The kings must always be separated by at least 1 square. An impossible situation. Fully possible situation. Fully possible situation. Fully possible situation. Fully possible situation.
Thank you for watching, guys. So let us finish also this lesson 1.2.
Checkmate. Up to now we have been looking at examples of defense against declared check. Checkmate or simply mate is the term used for a check against which there is no defense. With the declaration of mate, the ultimate goal of the game is achieved. The side that declares mate wins the game. In most cases the game does not reach the stage of mate. One of the opponents, seeing that mate is inevitable, resigns, admitting his defeat. In notation, the sign for checkmate is hash. The diagram here shows a typical example of a mate by the queen with the aid of the king. Black's king cannot capture the queen that declared mate since it would fall under the attack of white's king. At the same time, the white queen on the d7 square deprives the opposing king of all the squares for retreat c8, c7, e7, e8.
Rook d8. Mate.
In this diagram we see a typical example of mate on the last rank. Black has neither a piece capable of capturing the enemy rook, nor a square where the black king can hide from its lethal check, and black's own pawns prevent the king from getting away.
Thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you and God bless you.